All right, let's go ahead and get started. I got a pretty good composition today, at least I think I do. We'll see how it works in the end. But I'm going to start with a very light pink sky here toward the bottom. I'm using a 1-inch brush just to place it, because most of this will probably be blue. I just want a real light indication of pink. I'll tell you what I did a couple days ago, and now I'm down to 2 brushes. I got one good 1-inch brush and one good 2-inch brush. I was painting down here the other day and I forgot to wash my brushes, and these brushes sat down here for about 2 days without being washed, 2 or 3 days actually, and just ruined them. These brushes here are more expensive, these natural bristle brushes, and that's what these are. They're a little more expensive. Man, I was upset. Now I've got to buy some more. But it makes it hard to paint when you're limited on how many brushes that you have. So I'm going to save the brush I just used for light colors. Let me see if I can find anything else that might work, because I'm going to blend all this up with a 2-inch brush. I think I do have a good 2-inch brush to use. But yeah, oil paint, man, it'll just destroy your brushes. I forgot, I got distracted, and you know how that goes. This is Phthalo blue that I'm using right here. I'm just going to start off using this for the moment. Let's put a streak or so down in here. I just want it kind of streaky today. And like I said, I'm going to take a 2-inch brush here in just a minute and blend this stuff together. But this is a pretty big sky, really, compared to what I normally paint. This is Prussian blue. Let me make it a little darker. Obviously up in the corner areas. Maybe on down through there. Prussian blue. It's a very, very, very dark color. Very strong. Yeah, let me take a 2-inch brush and see if I can smear this up a little bit. Okay, I'll set that brush aside. I hope this 2-inch brush works. It's one of my real old ones. Start here in the pink for as long as you can. Try to feather this out. Crisscross strokes. And we'll start right here. I do have liquid white up in my sky, and that's it. Sky only today. And if you don't know what liquid white is, I just take for granted everybody knows, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know. It just makes your paint, it makes your canvas wet, and it makes your paint slide and blend a lot easier. And that's why they call this wet on wet, because your canvas is literally wet, and it makes your paint slide, makes it blend. Makes your paint blend together. These crisscross strokes really help to get out these lines and blend it up. I'm gonna have some pretty big tall trees. It's going trees here, here. So a lot of this is not even gonna be seen, but we want it to look as good as we can. Yeah, I was so angry, man. I just bought new brushes and just ruined them. Just an accident, you know. You forget to clean them, they're gone. I mean, they're toast. Okay. I'm not 100% sure. These are some kind of heels. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with them just quite yet. But in the meantime, while I'm figuring it out, as I get untangled from my, I think I'm going to put some, I'm going to go ahead and put some collar down, because that's really what I'm going to do today. I just am not sure of the collars that I want to use yet. I may wind up putting background trees up in here. I just don't know yet. You know how it goes. You get a little indecisive. I mean, I was originally going to put background trees, but as I looked at it, I thought, maybe they don't need any. I don't know. Maybe it looks good without them. Okay, let's do that. Let's take a little ochre and a little green. We want it brighter in the background, obviously. I mean, this is further away than this. This is another hill right here. Let's throw a little bit of this in. I want it a little lighter to show distance. The further away something is, the lighter in color. I may even take a touch of white. Touch of white and kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm just not, like I said, I'm just not sure what to do with this quite yet. I'm gonna go ahead and start on this other one real quick. Go ahead and define it out. This is going to be a little darker because it's a little closer. And it comes in front of this one. So we'll bring it on down to here. I got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of collar to put down right there too. Yellow ochre and sap green is what I'm using right here. Okay, let me look at this heel here a little more. A little more green. A little more green as it's coming down. Yeah, I got to be careful with my brushes today. I've only got two. So I'm going to use this one that I used with the pink. Wipe it off. It's okay if I get pink in it anyway, really. I mean, the sky's pink. But I don't really want it right yet. Let's go ahead and blend some of this out. This is just our first coating, as always. This is how I put the first layer down. That way everything's got a nice color variation in it. Then I'll go back with my fan brush and hit it again, put the final touch on it. This is a bridge right here. It's a stone bridge. Like I said, I kind of like the composition. So it's something different. And that's what I always try to find, is things that are different. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some grass in this area. Same thing I just did here. I'm gonna do, I got 1, 2, 3 little mounds here and one here. and then we'll start working on something else. I'll be back. All right, let's go ahead and put some color on our little stone bridge here. Let's start, I don't know, let's start with some white and brown or something. I think I'll go across the top here. With some white and brown. This is just our base color. We're gonna go over this probably again and again, but we gotta get started somewhere. This is probably a little dark for this top area. Just a little stone bridge. Apparently there's a road back in here. I'll bring it all the way over to the grass line. That don't look too bad. Okay, let's take some ochre. We're just going to randomly throw in some colors here and there. This is a stone bridge, but these stones are going to, I'm not sure I can do what I normally do, make them kind of three-dimensional. Simply because it's kind of far away. Stones will be small. But we'll try our best. We'll do what we can do. We're just throwing in random stuff. Random. And then we'll probably just blend it together. I might take a little white and throw in here. Make it kind of more tannish looking. Just mix it up a little bit. All right, let me set this down. Let's see what we can do here. Let me look at what I'm doing. I think this comes down like this. Comes down like this. Come across the underneath. Bring it down to the water. Bring it on down like so. Bring it on over this way to the grass. Try not to get green on it if you can keep from it. Because we just done this. This is all real wet. Okay. Let me take a little raw umber. I want it dark under this ledge. Raw umber is a dark color, in case you didn't know it. To me, it's like a mixture of brown and black. I'm twisting my brush as I'm going to keep the paint flowing. Otherwise, it wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't get very far, I mean. Twisting as I'm going. I want to make this area here dark. Right in here. Make this dark. Make this dark. All the way down to the water line. Okay. All right. I'll stop right there for a moment. All right, let's go ahead and put some trees in. This paint is really wet, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Oh, I moved my picture. It was down there now. If you see me looking up, it's not because I have a stiff neck yet, but I'll probably wind up getting one from doing that. We got one great big one right here. I'm just going to make the lines just to show where it is. It comes all the way up out of the picture. Let's make sure I'm over far enough. It might need to be a little more on this side. I'm trying to zigzag it, make it a little crooked. Oh, let's see. It's got a pretty good sized branch coming out right here. I told you, man, this picture's gonna have some doozy limbs in it and trees. It's gonna have a lot of trees in this one. Okay. This one has another branch coming out right in here. It's a pretty good size one too. This is a big tree, really. I'm gonna wipe that off before I get down into that part that is soaking wet right here. Let's make it like this. I think it should be a little wider up to here. I'll go ahead and paint this in real fast. Okay. I ain't gonna put any limbs on this yet. Let's just put the trees in where I think they go. Here's one right here. It's a pretty good size one too. Not as big as the one in the front. This is raw umber that I'm using, by the way. I'll put these limbs in off camera so it don't take so long. Okay, there's one. It looks a little crazy right there. There, that's better. Okay, here's a smaller one right here. It's still big, but it's smaller. And these branches, one kind of goes this way. I'm not going to bring that one all the way up, I don't think. One shoots off this direction. Yeah, there's a lot of branches to put in here. Okay, then we got, see, down here it starts. It kind of curves a little. Goes all the way up. This is all tree, this edge right here. I'm going to start digging into my brown because I'm running out of raw umber. This one has a big branch right in here. This is all solid tree right here. All the way down. I just don't want to get into that wet green paint yet. Let's see, there's a big one right here. We're going to start right here. It goes up all the way out. And it's going to come down clear. It's a big one. It's going to come clear down to here. Turn back. Going to have a big branch right in there. Yeah, I think raw umber is a good color to use for trees. It splits right here, so this will be a branch on its own. This will be one on its own. And this, like I said, I'm gonna wipe that off, that's all wet. But those are the big trees. And I'm gonna wipe this off and put some branches on it, and I will be back. All right, let me show you what I'm doing here. I've been working on my trees. I'm not finished with them. I got to redo this grass. I don't like it. But anyways, I'm I had a choice of either doing, you know, the comma strokes on the leaves or this, and I chose this. So I'm just throwing this in here, placing it where I think it probably needs. I don't want to go crazy with it. I might have to make these a little bigger here because of the size of this tree. It looks a little bit awkward, but I'm just trying to be real careful where I place this stuff. I don't want it to take over the whole picture. I just don't want too much. I may put a branch right here. I think it might need a branch right there. But this is real wet, and that's what I said. I got to be real careful what I'm doing here, because I've done this before when it's wet. My gosh, that's not good. I mean, it makes a disaster. You just about can't recover from it. So I'm being real easy as I can. Let me throw a branch in right here. Let's see if I can. Here it is. I'll find me a branch making brush. Probably just something like this. Bring that down. Get me a smaller brush. Bring it to a point. You know, a lot of times you don't even see these little things like I'm doing right here. I'm probably just going to cover that up. But they're there in case they're shown, in case they show through. Just like you can see some branches up in there. Let's put a little bit right in here. As I said, be real careful, man. You'll make a muddy mess if you're not careful. I've done it plenty of times. It's a learning curve. All right, let's go ahead and put some bushes in. I'm trying to find my ugliest, dirtiest brush. Why, I don't know, but I am. Anyways, let's go ahead and put some bushes in. I think down here in the corner, I might put some. I think I'm going to put one probably right here. I don't want them necessarily gigantic. I might even take a smaller brush and put one or two right here. Now here in this corner should be nice and dark anyway. So I think this might be okay. Just to put a bush right in here, I think it's okay. I might even bring it up a little higher here into that tree. That's not a little bush anymore, is it? That's all right. Okay. Maybe one more. Right here, this looks like a good spot for a bush. Yeah, like I said, I don't want them gigantic. That one is, but the rest of them I don't. Let me see if I can just use this brush. Here's my tube of cerulean blue. See how big that is? We're going to be using a lot of cerulean blue. You know, oil paint lasts forever. I mean, if you keep the lid on it, man, it'll last. I hope this black, let's see how this looks. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to put a little white on some of these edges here. Now these might be a little slightly tougher to get because they're smaller. I have to get me another little shot of this real quick here. I had it sitting right behind me in case I needed to. Drop the lid, I'll take care of that in a minute. Let's try this one. Now let me put a little bit of white. A little bit of white on these, some of these outer ones. Remember the sun's right, or it ain't the sun, but the light is coming from that direction, kind of coming toward us. I think that's okay. I just want something with a little color. I probably would normally put red in here, but I just didn't. I just wanted to try something a little different today. I think that's okay. Okay, let me go ahead, put some water lines in. Let's put one right here. If I can get it to come off my knife. Got a little one right here. Little one right here. I might put some back in here. That's okay. Let me see if I can do this right here. Put a little bit by these rocks. Just a little bit. All right, folks, that looks like a wrap. I think it turned out pretty good. I really like that. Better than what I thought. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos, and thanks for watching.